It was not a good looking 215 pounds. I went up and I went down like a starvation diet. I dropped all the way down to like 150. So a huge different weight swing. Then I've gone back up to 190-ish again and then down to 160. So I've done the yo-yos over the course of, almost 20 years. All right, everybody. How are you doing today? A little different day, a little different video that we're going to do. So it's Sunday, the March 24th as I'm recording this, and Sundays are when I do my rest days. So I live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'll typically take a rest day on Sundays, though I still want to make sure I get all my steps in and those types of things. And so since we're not doing a workout video, I just wanted to share 20 plus things that I have learned in my journey of going from fat to skinny fat, now to getting more fit. But my journey is not done with. A little bit about myself. I'm almost 40 years old, 39. And, I've been in my life 215 pounds and at 5'10", and it was not a good looking 215 pounds. I went up and I went down like a starvation diet. I dropped all the way down to like 150. So a huge different weight swing. Then I've gone back up to 190-ish again and then down to 160. So I've done the yo-yos over the course of, almost 20 years is of these different weights going up and down. But one thing I've never been like fit, I should say, except for high school. And that was a long time ago. And when I mean fit there is muscularity. So it might be maybe skinny in weight wise, but not looking skinny fat. And so what I want to do is probably do this maybe over a couple of videos, so I don't want this to make this super long. And I just started writing the list, and maybe I'll do some other ones on, weights, supplements, lifting weights, fitness and that stuff. But I just wanted to start and go over some things that I've learned, 20 plus things that I've learned with nutrition. Now, some of these things are fit for everybody. Some of them are things that work well for me. And so take what you want from it, and hopefully you find it beneficial. And wherever you're at in your fitness journey, health journey, if you are around my age, middle age, and you're trying to get fit for the first time, you can do it. If you're younger, get it started when you're younger and make the right habits and lifestyle changes now and have them stick with you. Now, we can't control how many years we have in life, but we can have some control over the quality of those years by taking care of our bodies, taking care of our mind, our nutrition, those types of things. So let's start with nutrition. Now, these are not in any particular order, though I will say the first one here I wrote down is track everything. And that to me is one of the most important things and lessons I have learned of making my change and journey is I started actually tracking everything that I ate. And when I say tracking it is not just simply okay, I ate pizza or whatever, or I ate, chicken, is actually tracking the measurements of that. And that allowed me to see and then, tracking the calories, it allowed me to see wow, I'm eating way more calories than I thought. Oh, wow, this particular meal has so much more calories, or wow, this particular meal has so much less calories. And it really becomes very eye-opening and for you to see where your calories are coming from and to what amount, and whether it's actually beneficial for you or not. Now, some things obviously are not. If I go eat a whole pint of ice cream or a whole gallon of ice cream, that's not going to be good. But if it fits in moderation, it could be a good thing. So that goes into the second thing is tracking everything is, what's one of the ways to do that is get yourself a food scale. And I just got a little inexpensive one, and it might seem like it takes a lot of time, but you get in the habit of it very, very easily. So you can measure the grams of something. So I can measure hey, if I do 100 grams of chicken breast, it's around 30 grams of protein. And if I want to have a glass of milk, weight and how much in milliliters it is, and you can see, or grams even, and you can see how much that is so you can portion out what you're doing. And so you can make sure that you're getting the proper amount of calories for what your goals are, whether you're looking to cut down, whether you're looking to maintain, or you're looking to bulk up muscle. So get a food scale and you can start measuring the amount of what you're eating. Now, the third thing I want to say with that is, so you want to track everything. Second, get a food scale so you can actually measure things out appropriately. The third thing is just get a free macro tracker. I use Chronometer. I think there's a lot of different ones out there, and I just use the free version. It's very simple. So let's just say I want to have, egg whites or something. Is I put my bowl on there, a bowl on the food scale. I can scan the QR code of the egg whites, And then I pour it in there. I see the weight, and I plug in the weight there. It tracks those macros for me. It tracks my fats, my carbohydrates, and my proteins, the calories are on there. So I can see throughout the day whether I'm on point, am I having too much, too little, whatever. So those three things alone is tracking everything. If I also getting a weight scale, so you can able to do that, a food scale, and then an app that tracks your macros for you. Incredibly helpful. Just simply knowing how much you're eating is going to help you achieve your goal. So if you're losing weight, it's going to help you stay on track to have your calories. All right. So what's some other things? We'll go through these. Protein. How much protein should I have? This is going to be different on your goals. But for me and for most people, I say around 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of weight that you are. And any more than that here is really not too much necessary. And so that's where I stick around generally. Now, if I go more than that, it's fine, so long as the total calories fits in with side of where my goals are. Currently, I am cutting down. And I'll be going to a maintenance and then doing a caloric surplus and increasing. But around 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Carbs are not your enemy. And that's a thing in the diet world is carbs are going to make you fat. Carbs are going to do this. Well, if you're eating a bunch of sugary, bad food, doesn't matter what it is, and you're having tons of calories and it's over your amount of calories that you burn per day, that's what's going to make you fat, not carbs. People say, well, when I stop eating carbs, is I start to lose weight, right away. Well, that's one of the things is when you stop eating carbs, you're actually not losing weight, like, fat or anything like that. You're just losing water that's in your glycogen that's in your muscles, and you're losing water weight. So it's a temporary thing and it's not sustainable. Plus you need carbs because carbs are a great fuel source for you work, just regular work, making sure you have energy if you're doing cardio or lifting weights. So carbs are a good thing, but like in everything, it's got to fit with inside of your numbers and your calories you're taking in to make sure you are hitting your goals. Okay. Lifestyle versus a fad diet is make this a lifestyle. For me, I went on fad diets all the time. I'm going to do this diet here and I got to cut 10 pounds or to lose 10 pounds. And I go on some thing. And I'm not saying that those diets and some of those can't be helpful and do some short-term things, but me, I yo-yoed so much up and down, it wasn't lasting. And deciding to make this a lifestyle is really is critical to continue your journey onward. Like I'm on vacation, not vacation work, but out and work and enjoying some time too. So make it kind of a vacation. I brought my food scale, measuring things. Now, will I do it for every meal? No, I'm going to enjoy and have, a cheat meal here and there while I'm on, but I'm not going to get so far out of whack and so you got to make it a lifestyle change and make a decision to do it. Plan ahead. Going with planning ahead is, so if you know that, okay, well, I'm going to be out of town, well, what are you going to do? And so you can stay on track for your goals. Does it mean that you are going to, if you're going to go out to eat, plan ahead on what kind of foods you're going to order, and also plan what kind of foods you're not going to order, because sometimes that's just more important. It's even as important. So, hey, if I go to a restaurant, I am not going to get this or this, or I'm not going to get to the dessert. And then so you can plan ahead and help you stay on top of your goals. If you're in like an Airbnb, you got a full kitchen, you can cook your meals, bring Tupperware, order, groceries from Walmart and have it delivered so you can have most of your meals. Maybe you eat out some of the times, but most of your meals that you weigh them, you track them, and you stay on target. One of the things that's really helpful for me is my meals throughout the week are pretty the same or similar. And I typically will get ground meat or chicken, and I'll cook a bunch of it up. And then I can weigh my stuff out appropriately. I usually have, some sort of broccoli or something along those lines. But I like to have my meals. I like variety, but get used to having the same things or very similar things throughout the week. It makes things so much easier to stay on track. And you're not constantly have to think, what should I make? What should I make? Should I make? Well, I have a bunch right here throughout this week. This is what I'm going to have for this week. Now, what I don't do is I won't, like some people on Sundays, they will, or whatever day is, they'll meal prep for the whole week, and then they'll make everything and they'll portion out exactly for each day and each meal. If you could do that, fantastic. I haven't done that yet. But I do make a bunch of something, let's say it's ground turkey, lean ground turkey. I'll put some, Mexican taco seasoning in there or something like that. And then I have that. And then it's very easy for me to heat that up, put along with some rice. Or not rice. You can do rice, but I usually use broccoli, and then maybe I'll get some low carb tortilla wraps or something along those lines to fit within inside my macros. Now, I don't always have to do low carb tortilla wraps. It just a matter of where my carbs are at for the day. Another big thing to know is your weight fluctuates constantly every single day. And so if you're measuring your weight, what I do is I do measure it every single day, but you should not expect, even if you're trying to cut down, you should not expect for your weight just to keep going down. It's going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, so on and so forth. But you want to track it over time. Like, hey, every week, what's the overall trend? And what that too is another important thing is you want to weigh yourself the same place and time and scale every single when you do it. And so that's really important because some scales might be calibrated a little bit differently. You weigh yourself in the morning versus weighing yourself at the end of the evening. That's not a fair comparison. So I have my scale. I have it in the same spot. I wake up in the morning, I go to the bathroom, and then I weigh myself, and then I just have a Google spreadsheet on my phone that I track, and I put it. And some days it goes up 1.5 pounds, or sometimes 2 pounds, and it'll go down a couple pounds, but the overall has been trend. When I'm cutting down, has been down. So you want to focus on trends. Another thing you want to do is you want to not just only measure your weight, is measure some measurements. Like I'll go around my belly button. And so even if I'm not losing weight per se, but if I'm measuring that and that's going down, I know I'm losing measurements, which is a great thing. I also measure around my hip, like the fattest part of my butt. And so you can track your measurements. So that's great to do if you're on a cut, trying to maintain, or if you're bulking. And so you can just track the progress because the scale doesn't always tell everything of the story. All right, so I went through a bunch. I'm not sure how many I went, but this video is already over 10 minutes long. And so what I'll do is maybe every Sunday, I'll do a different video of something along this lines of health, nutrition, fitness, whatever things that I've learned. And if you have questions, maybe I'll answer some questions of people that post them. And then during the week, I'll do the workout vlogs. So that's part 1. There'll be a part 2. And if there's more things that come to my mind, maybe there'll be part 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever is. My goal as part through this journey is to help people that may have been in the same boat as me or in the same boat as me and want to have a better, healthy lifestyle for themselves, improve and grow, and maybe not run into all the roadblocks and headaches that I have ran into. And so I want to be a resource for you. Well, that's it. Have yourself a great day. Talk to you soon.